In this Juncture Point, we react to PlayStation's State of Play for the 2nd of June 2022. Did Sony deliver? Were there surprises that wowed us? And what else did we learn about PlayStation VR2, the new PlayStation Plus service, and their PC and mobile plans? Let's talk tech. Hi everybody, I'm here with Jay and we're just basically waiting to watch the latest State of Play for 2nd of June. So I guess we just might as well roll straight into it. So Jay, what's your expectations for this State of Play?
So I would love them to come out with all of their games, particularly the ones they've got TV shows coming up for them. So the showing more of God of War, show any kind of there's a Last of Us remake that's coming out, and Twisted Metal, and then some surprises around some of their games as a service. But given that they've gone first before Xbox, which is quite rare, and given that they're so far ahead in terms of hype, I just think they're going to do the bare minimum, and then possibly have a top-up show if Xbox do a good one in a few weeks. But
Yeah, my expectation levels are pretty much, as low as can be, close to zero. I think they will do the bare minimum. I mean, this is indicative of like Jim Ryan's PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's always like there's never any kind of big brash announcements, if you know what I mean. Typically they also kind of give the big interviews to outlets like Wide and GQ, stuff like that. So it's a somewhat different PlayStation, but I mean, what I think that they will show is probably a good range of games. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nothing really to kind of like write home about in my view. They'll show some VR titles for VR2, and possibly God of War. And I think that's the best we could hope for.
Yeah.
Well,
it's only half an hour, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they'll still just focus on gameplay and trailers and like again. I mean, it would be wonderful if they basically came out with some sort of massive announcement, some third-party deals, anything along those lines. Maybe even an Easter egg just says that PSVR2 is actually going to be PC compatible. And that would be a good time to basically make these sorts of announcements before the Xbox, showcase that's coming out. But whether they do it or not, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think it will just go to the it'll go to the you'll get a very standard state of play, but maybe with slightly better content. That's the way I see it going. Which, considering it's kind of E3 season, is slightly it would be underwhelming and disappointing almost.
Yeah, I think with COVID, it's kind of given them the excuse to kind of lower expectations.
Yeah, I mean, it would be good to see them go on some sort of offensive. But, as you say, right? I mean, maybe they feel they're too far ahead. Whatever the numbers that we see are obviously their numbers they've got internally, and I think there was some sort of recent financial report or presentation, and it paints a very kind of like solid picture of where PlayStation is as a business.
Yeah, it's turning into a media mogul, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it really is. I mean, they've got so much stuff going on. There's going to be a Horizon TV program basically being done by Netflix.
Oh, here we
go. It's about to start.
Started on my screen.
It's starting. Don't know if you're a couple of seconds ahead of me or not.
Looks like it. I've got a date. Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, 3rd to 24th.
I'm a little bit ahead of you, I think.
Yeah, but I think a few seconds. So what we're seeing here. What is this?
Ooh.
Don't say anything.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
What is this?
Oh, nice.
Condor 1 to roost. I've located baby eagle.
Oh, so
It looks like a remake.
it's a remake.
It's a remake.
Yeah, it's a remake. Yeah.
That was one of my most
Oh,
my favourite games.
It's the GameCube one. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. Yeah, it was such a good
Oh
game.
God,
It just felt just
wow.
just right.
This is the proper reboot.
Yeah,
really,
it looks
to be
like a
honest.
reboot. Yeah, like the reboots the others.
You, me.
Mm.
Picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
Just the way the guns felt. Just
You're getting a lot of this, aren't we? You know, a lot of these kind of remakes and reboots of well-regarded games.
It kind of reminds me whenever there is a generational shift, they want to test out the engine and build up the skills from the team. It's like Rockstar made that table tennis game. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's what it kind of. This is a complete reboot. Wow, the
Just forget
graphics
what happened.
are amazing, aren't they?
The pain.
Is this
for
Unreal
a
Engine
second.
5?
No, it hasn't. I don't think it said.
This time.
It said anything.
It can be different.
Just
Yeah. Wow.
It has to.
Nice.
Right.
Have you played
okay. Nice.
the 2 and 3? All VR2 content is also in development. Ooh, that would be amazing in VR.
Wow. Okay. It's not an exclusive, is it? What's this?
State of
think
Play
it has been
returns,
so
and
far.
we've got some great PlayStation updates to share with you today. And thanks to Capcom for kicking it off with Resident
Hey, I'm a
Evil
few seconds
4,
behind
coming
you.
to
Yeah.
PS5 with PlayStation VR2 content
I'm
also in development.
I've just got the State of Play
Now let's get a
Returns
sneak peek
thing
at
come up.
4 games
Yeah,
in
I'm a-
development for PlayStation VR2.
Oh, here we go. What's this?
Sounds like a very kind of standard State of Play.
Now, let's take a look at it.
Ow.
Wow. Well, Ethan Winters.
Interesting. Sort of.
You
So it
escaped
does
my
feel quite
little
VR2 heavy.
Wow, this game is going to look very good on VR.
Let's see
The
how
new one,
special you are.
the remake,
Yes,
not remake,
it
the
is.
Resident Evil Village. Oh god, this will be a scary one to play. Oh god, I'll be too scared.
Yeah. It's an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, because like VR is very difficult to convey on a flat screen, if you know what I mean. But it looks good. If it's kind of indicative of the kind of like quality also.
Yeah. Oh god, I couldn't play this on VR. Oh,
No.
I just,
It freaked
I'm
me
getting
out.
scared watching the Stranger Things.
Wish for, Ethan.
That's baby horror compared to this stuff. Graphically, it looks pretty good in VR.
Yeah, it does. I mean, people have been talking about this foveated rendering and, you know, really helping, you know, with the performance levels and, you know, the overall kind of efficiency of that unit.
Yep.
So they're able to kind of like push a bit more fidelity through it.
Right. Yeah, they seem to optimise the how they're displaying it on the
Yeah.
VR headset. haven't they? Oh, what's this?
Yeah. Get VR2.
You.
I mean, this looks pretty.
Putrid
This next
waters
game,
of the
before it's
Bible.
bought for you, looks
There's a lot.
looks pretty good in
Plunder
VR.
our righteous gains and cut
Just
our
gone straight
throats
into
like a
VR.
demon
Yeah.
in the night.
You're right. This doesn't
have
feel
you
like
done to
an
ensure the
E3
future
Sony
of this
event. It feels like
forsaken
just a
city?
quarterly update
Yeah.
event, doesn't it? Show, doesn't it?
You
Yeah.
who have brought
Yeah,
nothing
definitely. I
but
mean, definitely is.
chaos.
But the fact that you've got VR2 straight off the bat, just
When
you know,
death was swallowing this city whole, it was I who resurrected it.
This looks
It is.
this
I
looks
who
like it's
shined
gonna
as
be
a
good. This is
beacon
like
of hope for all.
just good enough
The tower
graphics.
cries out for blood,
yeah.
and I vow to spill it.
I'll be too scared to play
When
this
the
as well.
bells ring, the song they sing will be righteous.
Oh,
Welcome home, tourist.
Your video's frozen on Skype for me, but it doesn't matter. Oh, another VR game. It's full-on VR.
What was that? Is that The Walking Dead? A Walking Dead game or something? And another one.
Yep. This next game, another VR game.
It's a bit of juddering, and I'm not sure. Oh, is this?
This is that was what you're expecting.
Yeah, No Man's Sky. I was about to say.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm in the next VR game, and wow, this looks very impressive.
There. Wow, so much VR going on here.
Where are you taking me?
Oh my god, the next one looks mind blowing.
I asked you a question.
Oh, is this Horizon? This is Horizon.
Yeah, it is. Oh my god, this looks.
Both of us. You're switching with me.
Look at this.
Yeah.
It's a snap mob.
Fire sport.
We're not gonna make it.
Wow.
Blameless Murad had me released.
Have you completed the first Horizon?
No.
Is still possible.
I've been meaning to go back to
Yeah.
it just before I play the next one, but
Same.
The mountain.
This thing is it's such a long. I've probably done a quarter of the main storyline. There's just too much to do. All the side missions are not that interesting as well.
yeah, I kind of hear what you're saying actually.
But the gameplay's held up pretty well. Wow, this looks really impressive. But surely this can't be that long. This Horizon one.
And you shall be a free man. It will take all your
Wow,
Interesting
this
to
is going to look.
find out.
skills and courage.
They seem Guerrilla seem to get a lot out of their game engines, don't they?
This isn't actually being done by Guerrilla.
Oh, is it not? It said
This-
Guerrilla.
No, it's one of the new studios they acquired. Firespray, was it? I think Firespray.
Right. Okay.
I think they're.
Hi, I'm Ben McCaw, narrative.
Obviously, I
director
think
at
I would be surprised
Hope you
if
enjoyed
Guerrilla
your
didn't
first
come in
look
for
at
consultation,
Horizon
but
Call of the Mountain, coming exclusively
you can
to
imagine how
PlayStation
amazing
VR2.
that would be.
We're also happy to announce that a big update to Horizon Forbidden West, including New Game Plus,
Oh, we can
will be
download it
available
today.
to download on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 today.
Oh no. Okay, this is visual fidelity mode.
Yeah. Major update.
Wow, the graphics are stunning on this. I need to finish the first game, especially when they're coming out with it. There's a TV series on there making it around Horizon. Is that right?
Yeah, Netflix.
Got that one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just don't know how it's
Details on
gonna
this free update,
translate, if you know what I mean.
please
'cause
Oh,
check
I
out
this
think it will
PlayStation
translate
Blog.
very well.
From all of us at Guerrilla, thank
Depends
you
on their
for your
budget,
continued
though.
support, and please stay tuned for more updates to come.
Get ready, a PlayStation fan favorite is coming to PC.
Having
few years
played the first Spider-Man, even.
sacrificing so much and asking for nothing.
If you want to change the world, you have to be the kind of man who can make the
Spent
hard
too much time.
Nexus.
Paid too much time on Destiny.
You
Playing
really
these
need two of
games.
Spider-Man's coming to the PC then.
Yes.
I'm gonna go,
No surprise.
Have you played these?
Yeah.
You can't just push
Have
people
you
around
completed
like
them?
that.
No, of course not. The way I play games. You know what I mean? Like,
Full remastered.
yeah. You gotta love these games, to you. Insomniac especially.
On the kitchen floor?
Oh, what's this?
But I mean, it's what? Spider-Man's 3 years old. You know, why not?
Yep.
Oh, it's Stray.
This looks pretty
The
cool.
cat game.
This looks pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of people kind of really looking forward to this actually. I mean, I find it a curiosity more than anything else, if you know what I mean. But, you know, I you know, maybe there's a lot of cat people in gaming. I don't know.
I think it's one of those games you can just chill out to, isn't it? It's just.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
I always find that when you've played a more sophisticated RPG, I find it harder to go back to some of these type of games.
Yeah. I'm not sure what to make of this stuff, I've got to admit.
I think it's at least I like it when they're being a bit adventurous. Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
look,
I do.
I'm probably a little bit ahead of you. Looks like a lot of platforming, which looks good.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting. I mean, more than anything, I'm just. It is for me just a bit of a curiosity.
Stray, okay.
Yeah, I've.
Oh, it's out this soon, July.
Oh, really?
July 19th.
Well, some people will be happy. The last game I played like this,
Explore a mysterious cyber city in Stray. Coming
is
to
it
PS5
Okami?
and PS4
Where you
July
kind of
19th.
basically you're basically
PlayStation
controlling
Plus
what looks
extra
like a
members and
wolf.
higher can
Oh,
download
okay,
Stray
yeah.
at no extra cost
Classic
when it
game, though.
launches next
Oh,
month.
it's going to be part of PlayStation Plus.
Up next, 3 games that will get your heart
Oh, what's
racing.
this, Destiny? No, it's not.
Okay. So this is an example of where they're doing kind of like some basically day in day, if you know what I mean, with Stray. So I don't think they're gonna do everything, but I still maintain they're probably gonna do select certain titles they can,
Take a look
you know,
outside.
they feel they can give.
Did you know that they call
Give away.
Callisto the
Probably the
dead?
ones they think won't sell that well.
Yes.
Just like you would have been.
This is going to put some pressure on Xbox. They've just done gameplay, haven't they?
You're holding on to right
Yeah.
That's your old
Oh
life.
gosh. Yeah, what is
Gotta let
this?
that go.
This is interesting.
Because life
I'm not sure what this is.
in
You were a few seconds ahead of me, but I mean,
I still don't know what it is, huh?
I'm just
yeah.
trying to get
There was this game that was quite. It was shown quite earlier on as having some ray tracing. And like it looked like a kind of
Oh my
action
god, the
horror game.
graphics are stunning.
Yeah. I'm guessing this is what it is actually. Wow. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
This is going to be Unreal Engine 5?
Don't know. I mean, I think it's been in development for quite a while. If it's the game I think it is.
I just love that last part.
God, is this Deep Space?
No, it's not. It's not that. That looks pretty damn good. And it's out in December. Again, I'm too scared to play those kind of games.
Yeah. The Callisto Protocol. Interesting.
This is the next game you want to sell on Xbox, right? Got the name of it now.
Sport grips the globe. And in the
Oh no, this is something else.
There will only be the victorious
What is
and
this?
the dead.
It's roller skating.
What is it? Oh my god, you're kidding me.
Jet Set Radio type thing, isn't it?
It's yeah. Well, remember that old Future Sport film? I can't remember what it's called now. Is it Rollerball or kind of?
I've never seen that.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever played Speedball, but when Speedball was out, they were I mean, the film came out in the 70s of Speedball.
I remember I had a game with them on like the Amiga or something like that. I think.
Yeah, Speedball.
Right.
Yeah,
Roller
fun.
Dome out in
The
August.
world is watching. in Rollerdrome.
Sometimes I
If
wonder
their TV shows, series are good, it's going to draw a lot of people in, isn't it? I think.
I think that's their plan, Jay. I really do. Because they've got a different model. I mean, let's face facts. They're not going to do the same thing as Microsoft.
No,
they've got their own.
Microsoft are more going for gaming simulator, hardcore RPGs.
Yeah, I mean, not JRPGs though.
Not JRPGs. No.
Yeah, Western RPGs.
Western
for sure.
RPGs.
Yeah, for sure. But I think the thing is, Microsoft's model is quite. It's quite self-explanatory. You know what I mean? There's no surprises.
Yeah.
It's simple to understand, right? Sony's model, whatever it turns out to be, right, is very difficult to understand. I'm intrigued. What is this?
This looks good. I like this. I'm starting to get more into the anime. I've never watched any anime TV series. I need to speak to you offline about where to start. But I just Eternight's. Eternights. It said dating
games
sim.
and dating sims collide in Eternights.
No way.
Coming
Yeah,
to PS5
yeah.
and PS4 next year.
Not like.
Let's check back in with Capcom for a new look at an upcoming heavy hitter.
What's his Street Fighter 6?
Oh,
it's Street Fighter 6. Come on. Street Fighter. It has to be Street Fighter 6. Yes, Capcom with Street Fighter 6. Yes. Oh, here we go. Oh my god. Okay.
You're showing some footage of it already.
Well, some of the character models.
When you go looking for strength,
well, okay, you can see the character models
it's
are a
not
lot.
like a game. This journey doesn't have a real ending.
It's interesting.
They've gone for a more realistic model.
You ready to begin? You want to start off on the right foot in this city.
Oh wow! They spent some money on this.
They're always finessing the kind of look of the thing every generation. That's for sure.
You can walk around the city? What the hell is this? Oh my god, what have we done?
I'm not sure like the sound of that.
What have they done?
What is this?
It's definitely Street Fighter 6, but they've got like a GTA vibe going on.
Oh, no, I'm not sure. Like, look at this.
I like the character models.
Yeah, I mean, that's super impressive, but
the character models are very good. They've turned it into, I hope they've not gone a third-person GTA style game.
I doubt they would. I mean, given that there's such an esports kind of
Okay, now they're showing the actual fighting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, looks pretty good. It's quite fluid. Oh, nice. The fireball effects look really good. I'm glad I bought my fighting stick. I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is some high-res graphics.
They've got a very different looking feel to it.
Yeah, they tend to redo the art style in every Street Fighter.
Yeah.
This is our destiny.
Because people weren't sure about the logo, but see what they're going for. When's it out? Oh, it's showing quite a lot of him.
Battle Hub. Did you just catch that?
Yeah.
That's what the walking around bit was.
Yeah, I think they've got some online hub world probably.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Well, there's your metaverse. Wait. Okay. Right. I was about to say. I thought it saw something. PlayStation,
That
you know,
was your
plus
first look at Street Fighter
being the
6
small text,
gameplay.
but that was, I
Mark your
think, this was
calendars. It comes to
multiplayer.
PS5 and PS4
Yeah,
in
it's
2023.
2023, so it's still got a while.
Now it's time for 2 indie adventures
Not
arriving
surprised though.
later this year.
I mean,
This game, next one, Tunic, was highly rated on the Xbox.
yeah, it
Wasn't
was.
exclusive for that long though. It's sort of...
No, they do very short exclusives, third party wise. Actually, now they tend not to, and I guess that doesn't really make any sense. I mean, once they've locked it into Game Pass for a few months.
Have you played?
I guess at that.
Yeah. Have you played Breath of the Wild?
Is that? I haven't. No.
Nice.
Have you?
Yeah, I've probably done 50% of it. It's very, very good.
Are you thinking this is very similar to?
Well, it's got the Zelda vibe, hasn't it? But not
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild vibe, but it's
true.
the Zelda vibe, so it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
I could take 6 months off, just play games every day.
Yeah, I know. That'd be a nice way to live. That's for sure.
She set
Wow,
out
this
to
looks
record
cool.
life at the end of this season.
This next game.
To make it real for people in the future. She asked us about living
There seems to be a lot of these
We
kind
asked
of
her about traveling alone.
passive simulator games.
When the season turns,
True.
what will remain?
I'm not sure what the actual word for them is.
Only what she saw.
But we've only got
What
7 more
she
minutes left,
captured.
so as you predicted, not
She
that many
carries the
surprises.
sounds of the season
No,
with her.
but they did front load a lot of VR too, actually, to the head of the state of play.
But yeah, I think that they're playing the same. Because didn't they have 2 events last year as well?
To tell her everything.
That
Think
you
so.
had one in June and then had one later, bigger one later, and I think that's what they're doing, aren't they? Play their first card before Xbox,
secrets.
just good enough,
think
and Xbox
she
doesn't do
figured
that
out
well, then they
what
won't
will
do another
happen to
video,
us
takes the pressure off
when
them.
the season ends.
Potentially,
Is it going?
it's interesting. I mean, you know,
Is it gone?
I mean, it's good to see stuff on, you know, that they showcase and it looks a little bit more experimental.
Yep.
If you know what I
Yep.
mean.
I just don't have time to play them.
Yeah, that's
I
the
would
thing
love
like
to.
this, you know. Yeah. And it's actually, I mean, the only thing I would say, I mean, and you have to kind of obviously see it for what it is, really, that something like Stray was coming day on day. Maybe it's not like one of their massive kind of big hitters, but it was, you know, it's there, you know what I mean? So there's a chance that we might get a handful of day-and-date games as part of this service, which I'm getting less and less kind of like excited about, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
I'm getting more and more lukewarm by it by the day. I think it's something to maybe look at in about 6 months when they've kind of like, you know, ironed out the kinks and where we have a true understanding of what it actually gives us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably
seems to be all over the
I'm
place.
going to hold off for another year or two. It seems just to have. It's good if you've new to the PlayStation ecosystem.
Yeah.
And it does have some games that I haven't bought that are on my back catalogue, but
yeah, that'd be my only reason to do it, really.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's right.
It wears away at our very being. It breaks
What is this new Final Fantasy?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 16 of it, is it?
Immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
Every day, every delay brings us closer to disaster.
Yeah, I've not really played many of these Final Fantasy games.
Played a number of them, you know.
The chaos
you enjoy them?
would sweep all of Valisthea in.
Yeah, but they're quite, you know, I found them to be, you know, time sinks, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's only time for one big RPG live service type game in your life.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? But this actually looks good and it looks quite content. I mean, like combat heavy, I should say.
I take the field.
Graphically, it looks pretty good as well.
Yeah.
To its foundations.
So this will be similar to Final Fantasy VII Remake, as in kind of action RPG type.
Yeah.
Less turn-based than the older Final Fantasy.
Yeah, less turn-based by the sound. Lots of things. But I guess it's modern from that perspective, more Western from that perspective.
Yes.
That way. I mean, the look and feel of this thing.
Another can be bred.
You know, does speak to
home that burns.
you know, Western RPG rather than JRPG.
The Empire will live on.
Still need to complete God of War as well. Glad there's a TV series around that. That'd be very good, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of want to see what they're gonna do. Some of these, because Sony really does need to look after that IP. They manage it right, it's a bit of a cash cow. They manage it wrong, they kind of like hurt the brand and whatnot. But I'm sure they'll kind of really look after it. Yeah, but that Final Fantasy did look impressive.
Summer 2023.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah,
and that's a wrap.
No surprise.
Don't forget to visit PlayStation's blog.
It's called Summer Game Fest. Does that imply that they're going to have a few more?
I don't know about that.
Just waiting for that one more surprise.
Yeah, when is it gonna? I don't think it's gonna come,
no,
right?
It's not gonna come. It's stopped. Any standout games for you then?
I wouldn't really say so. I mean, to be fair, they all looked pretty good for the most part. I think the only thing that really stood out is really the fact that they kind of front-loaded VR2 games at the head of the state of play. Fairly run-of-the-mill, really. Wasn't that exciting. I think that the other event, was it the last big one they did? Which is pretty much an extended state of play, if I'm being honest. Yeah. That was pretty good for different sorts of reasons. But yeah, it's just the new Sony we have now, you know? They mostly don't care about big brash announcements or anything like that.
Yeah, I guess, are they going for more of a slow bleed over the year, or just?
I don't know. I can't tell if this is COVID related or if this is strategy related.
Yeah.
Like everything they announce, right, half of it is either state of play, or it's just basically blogged. Do you know what I mean? It's just literally. I think VR2 was just blogged.
Yeah.
You can't really get any more low key than that in the modern age. I don't think it's to do with being ahead. I think it's to do with the style they've decided to employ.
Right. I wanted some more surprises, like I don't know, like Tekken 8 or some complete.
They don't do surprises. No. I've noticed.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to. Well, they're working on these live service games. I was hoping they'll announce one or something, or have a little bit of a showcase or something, just to get us really excited for the next year or two.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get all their ducks in a row before they do anything. But I'm just thinking this is the kind of this is what we're gonna get from Sony for the rest of the generation. They're just gonna give us enough.
Yeah, drip feed.
Yeah, they're not gonna talk much, if you know what I mean.
It's interesting because I think it suits the game service as well. I think doing that.
Yeah, in the last generation, they would have had a whole announcement around that. But this time round, there's been little no fanfare. They've just blogged it. It's been, released in the Southeast Asia. Japan, I think it was today or yesterday. And really, it's just been a bunch of blog posts. There's very little fanfare.
Do you think that social media is changing to the point where other editorial sites like IGN or medium as small YouTubers spreading the word that way by them watching the showcase and having them thoughts that's a better way of
Yeah, I truly believe there's a lot to do with it. But and the other thing is, right, if you look at some of the official PlayStation videos, the state of play from March 9th,
Yeah.
yeah, the number on YouTube is 1.3 million views.
Yeah.
So I think that's a factor. I think they're reaching more people than we're giving them credit for, and they're looking at these numbers, and they're kind of probably thinking, well, what's the point?
Yeah, and if you think about it, if you concentrate all the releases in one show, because there's so much
Yeah.
media out there, it probably gets lost a little bit as well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're leaving it. They're almost leaving the talking to other people.
Yes,
I think.
And letting them. It's probably more natural hype as well by that way.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, Microsoft, they're a little bit more. They're having to be a bit more innovative with what they're doing, and PlayStation, they're very. There's a formula they're following, and that's pretty much it. They're not deviating from that. They're not. Even before the console was launched, we were seeing a little bit of this. The Xbox guys very vocal, very open. Sony, not really. Up till the point we saw that large announcement where we actually saw the console, but we weren't really getting any sort of information. I'm looking at the collection of games. It's a good collection of games actually they showed off. To be honest.
Yeah, it's not bad. I just really it goes back to wanting to be wowed.
Yeah, I'm not sure we get it. I don't think we're gonna get that from anybody at the moment.
No, I don't think so. Isn't it?
This year we're halfway into it. And it's been a bit meh. If you know what I mean.
I think it's going to be another meh next year or two as well coming.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be everything we want it to be. That's for sure.
Just re-looking at some of these, that Stray one actually looks quite interesting.
Yeah, people really been talking quite positively about that.
Is there a PC beta or out already?
Don't know. I'm not sure. This is the first time I've actually seen this amount of gameplay for it. Actually,
so
if I'm being honest,
it looks like it's got puzzle platforming in it.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that's what's there.
I think it's a concept that can actually work.
Well, Okami worked, and that was just a wolf/dog.
I might have to give this game a go, actually.
Well, it's free on PS Extra or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I guess you have to find out how much it retails for. Do the math, I guess.
So, what would you give a rating for this whole of this showcase then?
Oh, it's difficult, isn't it? Because I kind of think it depends on what your expectation is. But
how about give two ratings? One rating on meeting your personal excitement, and then the second one is more of an objective score.
Yeah. I guess personal excitement, yeah, I reckon it's about a 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's say, based on what was the second kind of measure? What was it? You said
more objective, just.
Sony doing their job.
Yeah, across across all gamers type thing, and.
Yeah, I think Sony doing their job. It's probably more like a 7.
Yeah.
I think, to be fair, when I watch these things, I'm not only looking at the kind of games trailers, but I just want some of these interesting announcements as to what they're up to. But those are few and far between, to be honest. But yeah, I think a 6 for me personally in terms of excitement level, and a 7 overall would be probably quite fair. Because I'm not forgetting there were some big hitters there: the Final Fantasy, Street Fighter, Resident Evil. Those aren't really small things.
No.
And really, Stray being what it was and being quite positive, basically getting a lot of positivity in general, having that type of, PS Plus Extra is probably good for their service. And I think also having Spider-Man come out on PC, yeah, it's 3 years old, but it kind of shows that they definitely got this commitment to PC.
I think the more gamers, the better, isn't it? Basically, it's just.
Yeah, I mean, the way you think about it is this investment back into the games development studios and everything else they're doing. I think the recent reports coming out that Jim Ryan had said by 2025, half the games that PlayStation are going to produce will be on PC and mobile.
Yeah, mate, I saw that as well, but it doesn't say when, so I'm guessing it'll be delayed 2 or 3 years.
They said 2025.
No, as in on release day, or
No, they said by 2025, half of what we release will be PC
yeah.
and
But what I'm
mobile.
saying is that Horizon will come out always first on PlayStation, then get 2 or 3 year delay on PC.
Yeah. There's a potential for
Yeah.
that, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I think there was a number being banded around saying that I think Horizon, Uncharted, and Days Gone had netted Sony 100 million in 18 months.
Wow.
Yeah, and those are for what?
Old game.
Reasonably aged games, right?
Yeah.
What, they're 4 years old or something. So you can understand why Sony would go down this route.
It supports the options of becoming a game service versus a platform, as in a physical hardware platform in, I don't know, 5 years' time, if everything goes online.
Definitely. I mean, to be honest, right now, Sony make more from their services and software than they do from their hardware.
Yeah.
That's already a reality,
Yeah, exactly.
even without something like a Game Pass. So I think there was one statistic or one number that said that I think it was in 1 year in I think the PS4 era, they made more money than the whole of the PS2 generation.
Wow.
That's a differential now. And really that's the way it's going. I mean, they're always going to want to make hardware because that's part of their DNA. That's the kind of like tradition and legacy of the company. But that hardware obviously might change, and investment in VR, who knows what that will turn into. They're likely to have a console of sorts for a while. But yeah, I mean, to hit the numbers that Jim Ryan is talking about, he's talking about some of the PlayStation franchises and software being locked away. Gone on record to say he wants that those experiences to be basically reaching hundreds of millions of people.
Right.
Yeah, not just tens of millions of people that obviously it does now.
And it's interesting because I think if you look at some of the really kind of hardcore RPG nerdy games, each game reaches much broader audiences and it's more sticky as well. So if you look at Genshin as an example, how much money does that bring in, and what's the reach of that one game versus your typical console game that kind of has a much, if you ignore the FIFAs and stuff like that. So
this game is a platform. I think that's another route to go, isn't it, for Sony and whoever else. If the Game Pass model isn't their model, then the other model is produce like more live service games. At the end of the day, these guys just want to make money, right?
And survive.
Yeah, and they want to suck that out of us one way or another. So they don't really care how they do it.
Agree.
Interesting enough state of play, but kind of went to as per our expectations, really. Nothing really out of the ordinary, if I'd be honest.
Going back on our last scale, I think for me, against my own personal expectations and excitement, it's probably around a 4 out of 10. but objectively, I agree with you. It's probably around a 7 out of 10. It's not bad, not great.
Yeah, it's a fair kind of comment, isn't it? That it does the job, basically, is the way to put it. I think with that said, I think we need to call it. Okay. Thank you for listening, and please like, subscribe and support our channel. Whatever you're doing, have a stellar day.